What's up everyone? Today I'm bringing a deck profile on my Vylons. Now Vylons is a very interesting deck and I've been wanting to update it because I've taken this deck in a new direction. And surprisingly, I think you could actually take this to a tournament and get some good results with it. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. So I guess one of the biggest changes with Vylon is the equip spells have been cut out, the Vylon synchros have been cut out, and I've added a few engines that didn't exist the last time I made this deck profile, or last time I made a profile for this deck. So first off, we got 3 copies of the Vylon Terrasact, and 3 of the Pentatoloro, however that's pronounced. These are your 2 main monsters. One, because they are Union, and that allows you access to all the Union support, like the Union Hanger, as well as different stuff, and the fact that this has a 500 attack also gives it some synergy with the machine duplication. So you definitely want to have one of these that gets you access into all your plays. I run 3 copies of Vylon Sphere. Vylon Sphere is pretty cool. If it's sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, pay 500 life points to target one face-up monster you control, equip this card to it. Then you can send this equip card to the graveyard to target one equipped spell in your graveyard, equip that target to the monster this card was equipped to. The effect you aren't really going to use as much. The main reason you have this is like the Loro, it's also a machine duplication target. I run 1 Vylon Prism. I have this basically to just be another Vylon name. Like if you end up wanting to like cut it out, then that's also an option. Originally I had like 3 in this deck, but then I just cut it for other stuff because out of all the Vylons, it's the least impactful. At least it's a level 4, so that does give you some plays. Next, I run 3 copies of Sakitama. Sakitama is just a free summon, and it's really good because it's a level 4, so basically this plus another level 4 monster in your hand, instant rank 4. Or if it's, let's say, Prism, for example, a level 8 synchro. But you mainly want to have it for just that free summon, because one thing I noticed that can tend to be a problem if you don't open machine duplication is you're not going to have enough monsters on the field to really get any plays started. So with the Sakitama plus one of the other Vylons minus Sphere, you're going to have plays that keep your stuff going. It's pretty good. Also run the 1 unit driver, for the Union Hanger. Also run 3 copies of Revolution Synchron. Now this card didn't exist last time, and Revolution Synchron, it really adds a whole lot to synchro based strategies, which Vylon is a synchro based strategy, but the Vylon synchro monsters aren't really that good. But it works in tandem really well with Ancient Fairy Dragon. And the Ancient Fairy Dragon really helps this deck out because you can use the Ancient Fairy Dragon to get another summon off of this. So let's say you have, say Prism and Synchron. So on Prism, use this, go into Fairy Dragon, use the effective Fairy Dragon to special summon another monster you have. And if you have the Union Hanger, you can also blow it up to grab yourself another copy of Union Hanger. So on your following turn, you can get another Vylon Tuner. Also run 3 Water Enchantress. It's nice to have a negate, and the one disadvantage to the adventure engine is that you cannot activate the effects of like normal summon monsters, which we don't, because none of their effects activate on normal summon. Like that's in hand, like we don't have anything that activates their effect when they're normal summon. Of course, we also got the Griffin Rider. Basically, having access to Adventure Engine, in addition to the Synchron, gives us access to a lot of different things. So this definitely really helps us deck out and allows it to compete. Moving on to the spells, 3 copies of Union Hanger. Union Hanger is a card you definitely want to have because it searches out both the Terrasact and the Loro. I'm just going to call it Loro, which allows you to really get your play started. And with Union Driver, let's say for example you have Loro. You can use Union Hanger, add Loro, then normal the Loro, which will equip Union Driver, then you can use Union Driver to equip this, and boom. Union Hanger is a rank 4. And in this deck, that could be really good. So basically, we got a rank 4 on top of like Revolution Synchron Dragon, if you have Machine Dupe, plus the Synchron Dragon, or the Revolution Synchron. That gives us a lot of synchro plays. We also got the Adventure Engine, so we just really get a whole lot of value. Also got the 1 Terraforming, as well as the 3 copies of Tuning. Now the one thing with the Revolution Synchron and the Tuning is that for Revolution's secondary effect and Tuning's effect, you have to send the top part of your deck to the graveyard, which can come up, like let's say for example, you don't have Rider Emissary or the Water Enchantress, but you end up milling the Water Enchantress, which I was like practicing with the test hounds. That actually happened. So got the 1-for-1 for the Sphere. I got 3 machine duplication for Loro and Sphere. So if you have 1-for-1 and machine duplication, that's a pretty good board right off the bat. Of course, you want to have prosperity to help get you into the cards you need. Honestly, this is what I took out the 2 copies of Prison for, was Prosperity, because I'm like, you know, having this is really gonna add a whole lot more to this deck. And of course, I got the adventure stuff like the Rite of Aramis-Seer, the Fateful Adventurer, and the 1 Draco bag. Moving on to the extra deck. I run 2 copies of the Ancient Fairy Dragon. Fairy Dragon is probably one of the more important synchros in this deck because it gives you access to multiple plays. Now I'd say if you compare this deck to most meta decks, it's still behind by a large amount just because Vylons themselves are not really good. Sure, with all this extra stuff around it, it makes it a lot better, but the deck individually is pretty bad, especially with the Soul Deck now being banned, so you can't really do much with the equip spells. Also got the 1 Hyper Barbarian, 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, and 1 Savage Dragon. I also run a Baron de Fleur, which isn't really the easiest to make in this deck, but it is still very well makeable. For the expertise, I run a 1 Baguska. Yes, I know Baguska's annoying, but sometimes it's useful to buy you some time to get what you need. Also run the 1 Ptolemaeus, as well as the Nova and Infinity. For the links, I run 1 Asahima. Asahima does come up pretty often. Like, let's say, for example, you don't have access to your synchro plays, you don't have, like, Adventure or the Revolution Synchron, and let's say you just have, say, Loro and Machine Duplication. Basically, you can use this to get the Baguska, and then you can use the 2 extra from Machine Dupe to get into Appaloosa, so it gives you a little bit of plays when you don't really have a whole lot. And for the rest, it's pretty basic extra deck stuff like Phoenix, Unicorn, Access Code, and Appaloosa, which I just found out is actually getting a reprint. Actually, both of these are. So what do you think of Vylon? I think it's pretty fun. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.